Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Wizardry. It's Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Today's lunch is leftovers from yesterday's dinner. It's a bowl of taco mac and cheese, which turned out pretty good even if it is basically drunk bachelor food. Today will simply be more exploring in the maze of stones. So, without further much ado, let's get going. I am officially not a fan of masks. I know, Smokey, I know. But what can I do about it? Hey man, how's it going? Starting to feel better? Well, I mean, that's good. That's good. I'm glad. I know I felt minorly sick a couple of weeks ago, and it was a real drain on my resources mentally. Because you're like, what is this? Why do I feel this way? So. I don't remember there being a door there. So I'm going to mark it as one way. Keep exploring. Alright, I'm getting nervous, so I'll cast a couple healing spells. Boss fight? No, just there are these masks hanging around on this level, and they have the Mahalito spell. And it's a fireball that affects everybody. It's taking off like 14 to 20 hit points per person per hit. So, I want to make sure that somebody is going to survive. And going through a door is always the time for a confrontation, so. Especially a spooky skeleton door. Huh. Well, let's see. A putrid stench rises from the copious amounts of severed heads on display. Yeah, we're basically in the torture dungeon area of the dungeon. See, a moldering wooden stand displays numerous severed heads lined up in rows. The majority of the heads have begun to decay and are letting off a smell so awful it makes your stomach turn. Kind of hoping that I'd be able to get back to the dark area from here, but it doesn't seem so. Alright. Festive? I guess. We met a jailer who clearly enjoyed his work way too much because he was still the only, like, living human down on this level. He wanted 10,000 bucks per person to be let into this area. And now we killed him instead. Masks, masks, and more masks. Alright. The problem being that our only real big damage spells are all fire-based. They're going to resist them. Huh. Great. Silences. Notice that down here in the status display where it normally tells you if you're poisoned or something, it doesn't tell you if you've been silenced. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to keep track of that. Maybe it'll say on this screen. We'll switch to fighting for some people. No? Otter says okay, but the text said he was silenced. Who knows? So far, this one hasn't been so bad. And the EP reward is nice. Okay. You getting some bumps and stalls? I'm not showing any dropped frames on this side. It's entirely possible. But OBS isn't giving me any warnings or notifications or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and quick save because I'm a bit nervous about getting out of here. And then I'll eat a little bit and then we'll get to trekking out of here the long way around. forgot to unmute the mic. Gonna restart some things and try and clear it up. Cool. See you after a bit then. The same thing was happening to me in multiple streams yesterday, Smokey. Streamer reporting no drop frames or no problems, but I was just constantly restarting. I think it might be Twitch, actually. Of course I want to blame Twitch. Nice thing about blundering around in the dark, everybody's leveling up, or is very close. Yeah, gain in vitality. Always handy. If vitality is too low and you stay at the inn, you retire. Then the character's just gone. Happy birthday, Peach. Yep, no matter what age you are. And some of us are like 14. I mean, I guess Char is a fairy. So having a pretty young age works there, but Echofar is an elf, and he's 12 and has never aged at all, even after all this staying in the inn. So who knows how it works. Each tick when you're healing is supposed to be like a week added to your age. Not everybody's age, just yours. So you can go with a friend to an inn and they could stay for 6 weeks. They get 6 weeks older and you don't. So the whole thing is a little bit hinky, right? Okay, let's sell things we know we don't need. Char actually doesn't have anything. Neither. Oh boy. This isn't going well. Okay, so Headhunter, I don't buy cursed items. I don't need another deluxe cures. Oh good. Blank shield. Ace. Oh, sorry. I meant the Headhunter. Let's see. That one's not cursed. Alright. But when he uncurses the cursed one, it just gets destroyed. Okay, we'll have to see if that Headhunter is actually better than the samurai sword. A tiny, tiny samurai is already slinging around. For whatever reason, Yaki can't identify items in town. Staff of Air. And another deluxe cuirass. And a mace of disaster. One last round of identify. Best plate. Still having dropouts? Are they audio only dropouts? Or does the video stall too? Because I was messing around with the noise gate yesterday, but it's turned off again. That's strange, Smokey, I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna go and put up the plates for lunch here so that I don't get complained at later for letting them dry with cheese on them. I'll be right back. And we're back. So, let's see if any of that stuff is really sellable, or if I have to wander around with it a little bit more. No, I don't want to staff of air. But the Rokakujo, I have no idea what it actually is. So the thing I'm going to have to look up. Oh, I was still carrying a question mark armor. Let's just pay to have it done. Elven chain. I think I don't want to sell that. Couldn't notice not carrying anything. Oddish. So the Space of Disaster. Actually, let's keep it because I don't think it's cursed. Okay. The scroll of a spell that 3 of my guys know can go. Best plate can stay. And dagger of speed. The quest items are really beginning to kill me as far as inventory goes. Alright. I hate when games do that. Yep. There's a reason that later Wizardry games offered a warehouse in the town where you could just stash items, because inventory limits like this aren't fun. They just end up being super frustrating, especially when the game drops so many things that you're going to need at a later date. It's like these smiling masks, right? I took a peek and there was a very cryptic note on the website, a little bit mangled, I think, by translation from Japanese, saying that you could give it to someone, but I couldn't find who that someone is or where they're supposed to be. So I don't know if I can do it more than once, because I have 3 smiling masks. The ogre mask says it starts a fight, and I don't know if I want to do that or not. There's just so many things. Quest items taking up space is a pain. Yep. Pathfinder Kingmaker does it. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a very on-brand thing for a Pathfinder game to do, right? To actually count weight against you. Sensei. Do I have a spell that cures insanity? Let's see. Paralysis. Poison. Nope. I have spells that inflict madness, but none that heal it. Oh. It means all that Char can do is fight. we'll just put up with that for a little while, I think. Back in here with the cords and Nameless Dread. The guy who drops us into the basement. Pathfinder's like a weird 3.5 mixed with older school sensibilities. And they dump open gaming from all over into it too. Yep. I mean, that's its brand, for better or worse. I've killed so many men in bathrobes, if that's all it takes. I'm also used to having an auto walk or a spell that lets you teleport to a place in a dungeon. Not having those little utilities really kind of hurts sometimes. Especially when there are so many stairs in the way. I've pretty much learned the way to do this now. But, alright, Oddish, we're gonna trust you. Poison gas. Oops, a sling stone. Oh, well, you could just take that 22 damage and think about what you've done. Okay, so there is a little bit of this level that I haven't mapped yet that I can get to, so let's go do that. A literal monster closet here. I like the name variant you chose for Oddish. I keep thinking of that weird movie Harold and Maude because of it. Yeah, I think his actual username over on Steam is Maudish. So that's why I thought of it. Counter punch. You know that that's not going to be it, right? There was no trap. Got an instrument though, which is kind of cool. Alright. Let's go ahead, take these stairs up. Now that we're in new territory. shed some light on the situation. Oh. Let's also buff everybody's AC while we're at it. That's what Moporfic is. Alright. Alright, here we go into uncharted territory. I see you, event trigger. In front of you is a crimson blood-colored spring. As you gaze into it, something suddenly falls from above. Something. Okay. It kind of looked like some hit points went down, but I'm not sure. Nothing here. Okay. No, I know better than to drink the Kool-Aid. Just running around drinking everything you find in a dungeon is often quite a bad idea. That just leads back to the other side of this. Well, nice. I don't want to go just yet. Over here, we have a door and some other stuff. Let's see what's over here first. Looks like a standard 20 by 20. It's a really obvious spot for a secret door. It doesn't have one. Alright. I'm just a little bit disappointed, but alright. One of the very few times I've just seen a section of wall like that. Usually they've been very careful to not do that, to the point where I thought maybe the engine couldn't handle walls expressed like that. Oh look, a stairway down. Can you save scum the GB games, or do you have to rely on save states? Well, Wizardry is actually really weird because it sort of automatically saves all the time, so you can't save scum. It saves like after every door, after every combat, after every level transition, when you go back to town, when you buy and sell things, it's just constantly saving. So, yeah, you have to rely on save states. I haven't found that it's much of a problem because unless everybody dies and you can't get out of the dungeon, you can usually bring people back to life and all of that. Oh. And just for bonus giggles, this bit is in the dark. It's up here. According to the rules we've seen so far, it has to be in its own little enclosure, so we'll do that. Weird form of auto-saving that. Yep. An encounter in the dark. Prisoners. We got red ones and green ones. That crossbeer is really an amazing piece of equipment. It basically like tripled his damage output. It was really cool. I'm gonna bet that's a door. Nope. Not a secret door neither. Alright. So we have some dark to paint in. Thing there. So most of the enclosed spaces on this map we've been able to get into with a little diligence. So let's try and get into these last two spots. Because without that I'm not really sure where to go next. That turns out to be a door, but just an empty space. And if it wasn't obtuse, it wouldn't be wizardry. How very, very true that is. And this one is actually less obtuse than a lot of other ones that I've tried. Not that that really helps much. I forgot to just check and see if it was a normal door up there. It probably is. An encounter. Five unknown cloaked men. We'll just see what we can do here. They did some damage. Alright, here we go again on a Trappist chest. So Trappist, then open it. 58 gold for everybody. Okay. Alright. So let's see here. We're currently on floor 12. Floor 11 is actually one up from here. Because of the weird way they have the levels ordered in this game. So there's this dark spot to get past. Somebody keeps pushing me back from there. I did get a hint from the skeleton bar about smile and the world smiles with you, so I keep thinking that I might have to get 6 of those smiling masks, which I don't even know if I have the inventory space for, and have everybody have one so that we can get past the frowning mask that pushes us back there. Let's see. I guess there's an empty thing there that I can't get to because we just checked that door, and then a bunch of checking for secret doors. I'm sorry that the stream is still hiccuping and all of that for you. it's F10. That's just the first floor of the dungeon. Okay, so F11. Oop. This doesn't work the way that I expect it to almost ever. So, we have a lot of expanse to check for secret doors. This thing is still locked. I think no, I'm gonna go and check it out. 3 cannons. Nothing here. It was a door. Alright. Sorry, so another blank spot. Had to fill it in. A bandit leader and hunchbacks. A quite common combination down on this level of the dungeon. And usually the bandit leader runs away, unless I kill him right away, leaving the hunchbacks to fight. It's locked. Yeah. A guy who collects hunchbacks. Yep. And I must have mowed down at least 100 hunchbacks on this level of the dungeon so far. By far the most common enemy in that early part of it, especially in the dark. Open door. Pick the lock, Oddish. The lock broke, but the iron gate is opened. Alright. So here's where I wonder what buffs we've got going. AC, but our light spell has gone out. So if you could cast it again, please, sir. Thank you much. Quick save, and we'll quickly see what kind of stuff awaits us behind this door. Huh. A nice big room. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, those are already mapped, so if I go down like this, the door, and 3 wall segments. Is that a button, or a lever, or a bug, or what? No, it is a lever. Well, I never saw a lever you shouldn't pull, so we'll pull it. And that was a lie. I've seen all kinds of levers that shouldn't be pulled. There are a whole pile of them over in the Tower of Witchcraft. I pulled every lever in the region without realizing that only one of them opens the gates. The other 4 to 6 of them start traps going. Kind of detrimental to my own health. it's 2 away. There are some huge floors down here. An encounter. Sorry, Zatoichi. I really liked your movies. Some more bars. Can you get these open? Alright. I feel like I'm kind of abusing quick save at the end of the day here, but we'll go for it. Oh. Nothing and nobody. And that opened them both. Far less dramatic than I thought it would be. Alright, and if I look at the clock, it looks like that's all the time I've got for Lunchtime Wizardry today. So, thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. And I hope to see you again. Let's go ahead and save. The original Wizardry on the Apple II said in this screen, press spacebar for more Wizardry, and I kind of missed that. Anyway, see you all tomorrow.